Hello everyone, how's it going? So I just finished the Fallout TV show. Now I'm gonna keep this review as spoiler free as possible. I may get into some small details here and there, but I'll keep it as limited as possible. So this TV show, I loved it. I thought it was an exceptional TV show that really represents the Fallout universe. The costume design, the aesthetics, the presentation, the design of the vaults and the wasteland, absolutely fantastic. Like everything about the show I really loved. There's very limited details that I kind of didn't like, but they're very just story related situations. So what is the story here? So the story here is stars a young girl named Lucy. Lucy is going to take part in this type of breeding program because her vault has a very limited genetic pool that is available for breeding purposes. Her most of the vault are cousins, brothers, and all that stuff. So they decide to make a deal with another vault. They're part of this type of triangle vault society, and in exchange for food stocks such as seeds, they will get new people so they can increase the genetic variety within their vault. Lucy's ecstatic for this. She wants to be part of it because she's been bred to that they're going to rebuild America and they're going to bring civilization to the surface. On top of it, she also makes it very clear she does want a family. She wants someone to love and marry. So for her, this is nothing but a win-win for her. But unfortunately, things don't go out that way. I won't say what happens, but her father is taken to the surface and she decides to leave the vault despite the other new leadership. Her father is the overseer and the new leadership deciding against it. But she goes against them, goes to the surface, and tries to save her father. Now, the story is a combination of Fallout 4, 3, and New Vegas with a lot of themes that get tossed around. There's going to be a key item that's the key to everything and stuff like that. But Lucy, I like as a character. She's naive, but smart. She's been bred to believe that she and the rest of the Vaults are good-natured people who only want what's best for everyone. And over the course of the show, you get to find out, well, she doesn't find out, but the other Vault denizens start to find out not everything is peachy as they might think. And with Lucy, she starts to find out about the surface world. She becomes more accustomed to it, and she starts to break down those types of ideologies. She grows and becomes a different person by the end of the show. She's more hardened, more seasoned, but at the same time broken in a lot of ways. Stuff that just completely traumatizes to the point that she's no longer that person that she once was, and it shows a great level of growth. Now, there are two other protagonists, or you can consider them as protagonists depending on how you see the show. The first one is Maximus. He's a scribe within the Brotherhood of Steel, and I really like how they portray the Brotherhood of Steel in this show. Now, the first Fallout game I played was Fallout 3, so I kind of was conditioned to believe the Brotherhood of Steel were the good guys, but then I started to play Fallout New Vegas, then Fallout 4, and I read about what Fallout 1 and 2 were like, along with the Brotherhood of Steel. There are a lot of lore videos out there. And you find out that the Enclave are evil, but the Brotherhood of Steel are no different. They're just as violent and vicious. They're just another faction who's trying to exert their own levels of control, believing they're the good guys. So I like how in this show they go with that angle. They don't portray them as good. They're just believing what they're doing is right, and they're the only ones who can bring order to the wasteland. And Maximus is one of those people. He believes that he wants to be part of their ranks because he's going to help people. And let's just say things don't turn out the same way. It becomes increasingly clear that he just wants control over people, and he likes to be the top dog in a way. He wants to be the person that everyone looks up to and someone he can kind of like push down. But just like with Lucy, he starts to evolve and grow as a person. He wants to help people. He wants to be that savior, and he starts to, acknowledge those bad traits about himself, mostly because of another character who kind of imbued those elements into him. He also has a very close ally who he feels betrayed by, but over time he grows as a person, becomes much better, and learns to be a much more caring person and drive those negative qualities down from him. So Maximus grows as well, and there's another character called the Ghoul, who's just the ultra-violent gunslinger cowboy person. He's a bounty hunter, and I'm going to leave it at that. I won't go in extent to that. He's definitely a really cool character. Think Nick from Fallout 4, only a lot more without the moral compass. But I would say the best thing that the show does that I felt like the games never really did is how they portrayed the ghouls going feral. Like, it is very disturbing and scary. They do not sugarcoat the process, and they sometimes even show it in full force. It is very sad when it happens, and you can see it just really does it in such a profound way that it highlights the different elements that make Fallout. Like, Fallout is not only supposed to be like this dark humor game, but there's some real serious moments within the show, just like in the games, and they really put that in a very profound way. I say very a lot is because it's such an incredible show in the way that they showcase these elements that were not really part of the games. And they also showcase the brutality of the wasteland in a very effective way. They show drug use, they show people eating each other, they show euthanization and self-deletion, and a lot of very, very dark stuff that I probably shouldn't say for the sake of YouTube, coming after me. But let's just say a lot of the mature themes that Fallout is known for is still here, and they do not sugarcoat it, as I stated. But overall, the only issue I have with the show is that everything lines up way too perfect. There are situations where things happen that you're just like, so this just happened for the sake of like being in the right place at the right time. I mean, granted, that's a way a lot of stories work. Like, it just has to be the perfect moment and the right time for it to become that way. It's like I'm replaying Horizon Forbidden West on ultra hard mode on my main channel, and yeah, it's like that situation where Gaia just explodes, and the supporting functions happen to just be within reach of Aloy, especially 3 of them. It's the same type of situation. This character just happened to be there at the right moment to allow you to discover these situations. But overall, I can't complain because I had a really good time. It was compelling, it was deep, it had really good mysteries that pay off towards the end. And there is a cliffhanger at the end that certain Fallout fans will really look forward to, but I would say the way they execute everything, especially Vault-Tec, is absolutely exceptional. Because in this show, they really go hard about how evil Vault-Tec is. Like, we know how evil they are based on how the vaults operate and the experiments and all of that, but they go really hard in this show. Like, they do not sugarcoat it at all. They really show that Vault-Tec is evil, and these are the ways that why you should consider them evil. So ultimately, if I were to give the show a rating, I would give it the highest 9 out of 10 I can. Like, it's not a perfect show. It's like, I would say like it beats Arcane in terms of best video game to TV show adaptation, because Arcane was first my favorite. I think this just usurps it because I'm a Fallout fan. I'm not a League of Legends fan. And The Witcher, we saw what happened with The Witcher. Like, Witcher Season 1 is good, Season 2, meh. But with this, I would say this is my brand new maybe it's just like new show mentality. I'm just like very hyped on this show, and that's why I love it so much. But based on it, just thinking about it and how well the story is just executed, I really can't find that much to complain about. Like, unlike with The Witcher, with the costume design there, which was really bad, here they just nailed every aspect of the game that I can possibly imagine. Like, I wish they had more time with the Enclave, but, I think they're saving that for the next. They can't obviously put everything in here. Like, the Fiends are also in the show, but they're also there for a very limited of time just to showcase, hey, the Fiends do exist. And I'm sure they're probably going to put the Great Khans in the next one and stuff like that. You can only fit so much. And I think that's what the writers did so well. They knew that there's so much to put into Fallout that they can't cram everything in, and they instead focused on the story. They were like, okay, what works with the story, what doesn't, what can be implemented in a tasteful way and what cannot. Like with the Fiend scene, it is really well done. Like, they're just there for one scene, but they establish who they are, why they're important, why they're dangerous, and why you should be concerned about it. And it's a learning point for Lucy as well, as she kind of has to ditch that kind of very naive personality. Like, she believes in helping people. She even has a non-lethal weapon that she takes with her that's extremely effective. It knocks people out just like that. But over time, she has to learn, people like this exist. For those who don't know, the Fiends are, I can't say it on YouTube, they're the type of people who consume other people. Let's put it like that. So yeah, they did a very good job on that. And Lucy, I absolutely love. She is such a good character. I thought she was incredible. She's not she's not a Mary Sue. She learns, she grows, she becomes a different person by the end, and overall, I thought they did an incredible job. So tell me what you think in the comments below about the show. I try to keep spoilers as limited as possible. I was thinking of doing a spoiler-free section, but I want people to watch the show. I wanted to do well because this is the type of work that we should be encouraging, because it shows that the writers actually cared about what they were making here. So that's it for me. Like, sub if you want to, dislike if you disagree. Bye.